Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled between soft green hills and a thick, whispering forest, there lived an 8-year-old girl named Mira. Mira had a mop of curly hair, wide curious eyes, and the kind of imagination that could turn a rainy afternoon into an adventure across the stars. Now, everyone in the village knew about the forest. It was ancient, older than the oldest grandparent in town, and full of strange sounds and rustling leaves that danced even when there was no wind. The villagers always said the forest was home to a magical bear, a great, shaggy creature with fur like silver moonlight and eyes that shimmered like stars. They called him Ursa. Some said Ursa could talk. Others whispered he could disappear into mist. But no one had ever seen him. Not really. One chilly night, Mira curled under her patchwork blanket, clutching her favorite stuffed bear. The wind howled outside, rattling the shutters gently, like it was trying to tell her a secret. Mira yawned, blinked sleepily, and drifted into a dream. In her dream, the forest was glowing. The trees shimmered with golden leaves, and soft music drifted through the branches like a lullaby. And there, by a sparkling stream, stood Ursa, just like in the stories. He was enormous, yet somehow gentle-looking, with eyes that twinkled kindly. He spoke in a voice like warm thunder. "Mira," he said, "I've been waiting for you." "Me?" Mira blinked, stepping closer. Ursa nodded. "There is magic inside you, child. Magic that sees, hears, and believes." Together, they walked through the dream forest. Ursa showed her secret glades where flowers sang lullabies and waterfalls whispered forgotten names. He told her about the hidden creatures, foxes with wings, rabbits who could paint the sky at sunset, and owls who read the stars like books. "But why me?" Mira asked, her voice no louder than a leaf. Ursa paused. "Because the village has forgotten wonder. You must help them remember." And then, just as the stars began to fall like glowing feathers from the sky, Mira woke up. Her room was quiet, the wind had calmed. Everything seemed normal. But wait. There, on her windowsill, was a single golden leaf. Glowing, warm, and wrapped around it was a tiny note, written in curling letters. "Don't forget the magic." Mira gasped, her heart thumping like a drum. She ran to tell her parents, her neighbors, anyone who would listen. But they just smiled gently and patted her head. "Such dreams children have," they said. And so, Mira began to draw. She painted the winged foxes, the singing flowers, and most of all, Ursa. Her drawings were so full of color and life that even the grumpiest baker in town smiled when he saw them. Children gathered around her, begging for stories. And slowly, so slowly, the village began to change. People laughed more, listened more, believed a little more. But here comes the twist, dear listener. One day, many years later, Mira, now a grown-up storyteller, was walking through the very edge of the forest. She paused beneath the old trees and smiled, remembering. And from the shadows, a bear's voice echoed, warm and familiar. "Well done, Mira. Now it's your turn to wait." The wind shifted, and when the villagers passed by that spot the next morning, they found a new tree growing there, tall, strong, and glowing faintly gold. Wrapped around its trunk was a tiny note, "For the next dreamer." And that's how the legend of the magical bear, and the little girl who believed, lives on. The end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.